And welcome to episode 4 of Chuck and the Stats Man. Hope you've had a good week. We're looking forward to running through all of the news and views on in the world of sport. So before we go too much further, I'd say hello to my co-host.
Hello.
Luca, the Statsman Norris.
Mm-hmm.
How are you?
Good.
Had a good week?
Yep. How about you, Chuck?
Yeah, I'm good. Thanks.
Yep.
Yeah, been a busy week as always. Plenty happening in sport.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How about yourself? How's your week been?
Fine.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah, and anything standing out for you in the world of sport?
No.
No?
No.
No? Okay. All right. Let's get into it.
Well, we'll get into it. No.
Cool. All right. So first off, let's have a chat about the NRL. It's the big thing this week, I think, in sport, particularly in this for us. So round 25, it was all about the last place in the 8 and who was going to take it. So let's take a look at the results and chat through who made it and how they made it. So first off, on Thursday night, we had the Roosters up against the Raiders. They managed to take out a victory 40-6. What's your 16? Sorry. What's your assessment of the game, Statsman?
Raiders played poor. Roosters played good, and that's it.
Yeah.
Raiders. That was terrible from the Raiders. Like they needed to make the 8. Like if they just won by one, oh no, they had to win pretty fairly to make the 8, and they just come out and play like crap. It's a bit bad.
Yeah. Okay. The other game on Friday night, Storm versus the Sharks. Storm got up 28-16. Tell us about that game. What happened?
So not in a bad way, but the Sharks aren't lucky that they didn't get smashed. Otherwise, they probably would have been out. But it didn't really matter anyways because the Titans made the finals over them. So yeah.
So even after that victory, that defeat, they were still alive?
They were still alive. Titans had to win by 11 or 12.
Yeah, okay. And then, the final game that mattered last weekend, Titans versus the Warriors, a big 44-0 victory for the Titans.
Yep. They wanted to make the 8, so they just went out and played their best footy. They made the 8.
Yeah, a bit of controversy. There were a bit of drama, a few scuffles, a bit of a fight.
No, it's not that bad. It's just a fight, though. There's footy. All right, you get some biff, and sometimes footy's footy.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
You enjoyed the biff?
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah. I mean, not as good as the good old days back in your day, but yeah, still it was there.
Back in my day, back in your day.
Yeah, which is good. and then the last game that we need to talk about, the Wooden Spooners, the Bulldogs.
Up the doggies.
Against the Tigers. Sad and sorry Tigers.
Who even is a Tigers fan here? Like, no one knows them.
Big 38-0 victory for the Bulldogs, last game of the season.
Poor. I mean, I get it was their last game, but it's poor still. Like,
it's led to a lot of conjecture about Michael Maguire's job.
If a team that's coming last that has got 2 wins still try to win, but a team that's got like 8 wins and that are above them not try, then it's a bit crap.
So it's led to a review, or there was already going to be a review, I think, but there's a lot more discussion about it for Michael Maguire. Mm-hmm. What do you think?
I reckon he's a good coach. He won a premiership. You can't say many coaches won premierships, all right? And he's won a premiership. It's just they need to get better players like Joey Leilua and James Roberts and like David Nofoaluma and Luke Brooks. Like they're not going to bring you home a premiership. Like they've got some good players like Adam Dewey and Stefano and Dan Laurie and Luciano can be sometimes, but sometimes they're just not that good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Alex Twal is all right as well. He's a bit underrated.
Do you think maybe he's not connected with the players anymore? Maybe his time's passed and he just can't connect with the players?
Probably. I mean, players don't want to play under him, play as his coach. So. Yeah.
And one honourable mention from the last round of the league, of rugby league, Rabbitohs 20 over the Dragons 16. It was one of the most dismal performances by the Dragons all season.
It's horrible.
10 minutes to go, I was going to turn it off. And then I sneakily checked the score. I thought, I'll see what the final score is because I was behind watching it on KO. And then it was 2016. So I thought, I better stick around and watch it. And then, we got to the final 5 seconds of the game.
Corey Norman is horrible. Just, it was a clean pass to the chest, like here, and he's just gone and dropped it. It's like, that's poor.
So that was...
Coach should get sacked for playing him.
That was Corey Norman in one play, wasn't it?
That sums up Corey Norman's time at the club.
Yeah.
Sums up the Dragon season, to be honest.
So all I've got to say to Corey Norman is good riddance. I'm not even going to say thanks for your time because I didn't enjoy it at all.
And you suck. We all hate him.
So looking ahead now, we've got the first week of semi-finals. The real footy is going to start, as some people
footy
like to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've got 4 games this weekend, starting on Friday night with the Storm versus the Sea Eagles. What's the game news and what are your thoughts?
Some game news. Munster's back. Addo-Carr's out. Storm are putting their players back in. So, cause it's finals. And nothing really for Manly, but I think Storm will win. I think they'll focus, they'll concentrate again because it's finals and, I think they'll be the team to beat.
Yeah, I think Storm will get up in this one, but I think if there's going to be an upset, I think this will be the game, and it's probably going to be has potential for the most entertaining clash. I think.
Of the round.
Most engrossing game, anyway.
Could say game of the round.
Yeah. Next one, Roosters versus the Titans, 5th versus 8th. What's stats, man? Talk me through it.
Off Hargraves, Victor Radley are back for the Roosters, and I don't think really much for the Titans. No, not much. I still think the Roosters will win. Sam Walker's on the bench though, so it's a bit weird. But I think Roosters will win. I feel like when Titans when they can find their form, like when they can start scoring points, they're not a bad team. They just need to fix up their defence though, right? It's a bit poor.
I think it's too late for them to fix up their defence, and I think their defence is good enough. I think it'll be one extra week for the Titans, and then see you later. Roosters to win for me.
Yeah.
Saturday night, Panthers versus the Rabbitohs, 2nd versus 3rd.
I'm sticking strong to my team, or I'm going Rabbitohs. I'm sticking strong. I'm not picking other teams because they're better. I know they're better, but I'm still sticking strong. I've got belief, all right? I've got belief.
Okay, so
belief.
Tipping with your heart and not your head.
Yeah, I'm tipping with my heart.
Yeah.
My heart.
Cool. Okay.
Well,
I'm going to go the Panthers in this one.
Hey,
I'll be behind. Yeah, I'll be cheering the Rabbitohs, but I think with Latrell out and a bit of disruption in their team, they had their best team against the Panthers a couple of weeks ago, and they weren't able to do the job. Panthers are better. They've played into form now, so I'll go with the Panthers.
Well, the ref kind of helped them last time we played them, so it's been not bad.
And the last game of the semi-finals, week 1, the Eels versus the Knights, 6th versus 7th. What are your thoughts?
I think the Eels will win. Knights attack isn't that very good, and their forward pack's better now because they got Daniel Saifidi and Jacob Saifidi back. I feel like this game could be an upset though if Ponga plays good and everyone plays good. This game, Knights could win. But I think Parramatta will win. They just beat Melbourne. Oh, no, they didn't beat Melbourne. 2 weeks ago.
I think the Eels listed some players last week. I think they looked ahead, looked at the table and thought, let's take the easy option and come up against the Knights in the first week of the finals rather than going for 4th and coming up against Melbourne. So could come back to bite them, but I think that on paper the Eels are too strong. So,
yeah.
Great. All right. So a couple of things to talk about from the final round of the footy. Just a couple of things to cover off as the season ends. So Warriors, Kane Evans, Reece Walsh and Matt Lodge all suspended. Kane Evans 5 weeks, Reece Walsh and Lodge 1 week each.
Mm-hmm.
The Dragons, Josh Maguire, dirty player, can't tackle low. Another head high, another 5 weeks suspension.
No, I reckon they just gave him 5 weeks because of his history of doing bad. And he ducked down, he was 2 feet off the ground. Like, what's he supposed to do? Like, stop himself? Like, it's a bit harsh. I reckon he should have got like maybe 2 weeks, 3 at the most.
Okay. And the other big news in rugby league this week, Paul Green has stepped down as the Maroons coach. He said the reason is he is interested in becoming an NRL coach again, and the QRL has said they need a coach that's fully committed and not coaching an NRL team, which is a bit contradictory to last year when they appointed Wayne Bennett. What's your thoughts on that decision, and who should be the next coach of the Maroons?
The news that have been going around, I think Billy Slater might be the next coach. Maybe, I don't know. Cameron Smith has pulled out of being coach next year, apparently. Yeah, I don't really know. It might be Billy Slater.
Okay. And what do you think if Billy Slater gets the job? Do you think he's the right man for the job?
He won't be the right man at first, but give him a couple of years and I think he'll be good.
Okay. Well, I think I heard this during the week and I agree. Origin's all about the players that you have and rather than development. So I don't think Billy Slater or Cameron Smith are going to be the people for the job. I think they need an experienced coach. Quite simply at the moment on paper, based on results, New South Wales is stronger than Queensland. Everyone talks about Mal Meninga and how great he was, but really the players he had, all he had to do, he didn't have to pick a team. It picked itself every year. So yeah, they just went out on the field and played, and they were way better than New South Wales. So Billy Slater and Cameron Smith won't have that luxury this time. So I'm not sure it's a good decision for them if they do get the job, because they're just going to put themselves up to get their reputations damaged. And so I wouldn't be doing it if I was them, but we'll see what happens. Cool. All right. So moving ahead, haven't taken a look at football now. We might take a look at, we had some World Cup qualifiers over the last week, so we might just quickly go over that before looking ahead to some of the other football going on. So Socceroos, they had a couple of games up against China and Vietnam with a couple of victories.
Couple easy games.
One strong win against China. They played very well in that one, 3-0 win. And up against Vietnam, they played on. They got a 1-0 win. It wasn't the greatest performance, but it was like playing on sponge. It looked like so. Can't really hold that against them for the below average performance. But in saying that, they were one of the first teams to beat Vietnam for a very long time in Vietnam. So yeah, a result's a result. A win's a win, and I think they get them on a decent service in Australia. They'll probably beat them 5-0. So I wouldn't stress too much about that performance. We've got the win. We don't have to go back there again. So that's good stuff.
Yeah.
Other games. So we had a couple of big wins for England, a couple of 4-0 victories, plus they had a draw against Poland. We had a shock upset with Spain versus Sweden. Sweden getting up in that game. Netherlands had a big win, 6-1 over Turkey. Turkey aren't quite the force they used to be a few years ago. And we had absolute farce in Brazil with the Brazil-Argentina qualifier called off or abandoned.
It would have been a good game.
Due to breaches of COVID protocols and health officials running on the field after it started and forcing the game to be abandoned. It was just crazy. Yeah, only in that part of the world. So, any comments on the World Cup qualifiers from you, Statsman?
Brazil versus Argentina probably would have been the best game there, but unfortunately COVID sucks and COVID's a pain in the bum.
Happy with the Socceroos win?
Yeah, I'm happy. Yeah.
10 in a row for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. Better than losing. All right. So now let's look ahead. The club football's back. EPL, we've got round 4. A couple of games. Crystal Palace up against Tottenham, the league leaders. Can Tottenham win again and stay top?
I reckon they can win again. I reckon Tottenham 2-0.
2-0? Okay.
Actually, no, 2-1. 2-1.
I'm going to say this about all games, that the week after internationals, there's always upsets because you've got the players coming back at the big clubs coming back from international duty and they can be tired. So don't be surprised if there are some upsets. Crystal Palace Tottenham is one that I could see potentially being an upset. So yeah, I'm not going to say Crystal Palace win. I'm just saying look out for potential upset. The other game, one of the other games, Arsenal versus Norwich, real cellar dweller battle. This one at the moment. Can the Gunners get their first points of the season?
No, I reckon Norwich will win because Norwich, that no one really talks about Norwich because they're like not that good and they're always not that good. But Arsenal were like have been good and then now they're not. So everyone's like talking about them. Like the coach and the players are all down from Arsenal, like not playing their best. So I think Norwich will win.
Okay. And what do you think will happen to their coach if they don't win?
Sacked.
Sacked?
He's 100% getting
sacked. You're predicting Arteta will be sacked by the end of the weekend?
Not at the end of the weekend. They'll sack him. They'll sack him around this month, this week.
Well, it has to be. Well, usually what they do is if the day after they lose, they sack them.
Oh, well, if that happens, then sure, why not?
So you're predicting Arteta out of a job by Monday?
Yeah, I reckon. He's gone.
Okay. Sorry, Gunners fans. I think Arsenal might get their first points of the year, but we'll wait and see. But, it's very entertaining anyway, watching the soap opera that is Arsenal at the moment. Next game, Man United versus Newcastle.
United.
Potentially the first game of Cristiano Ronaldo. Have you heard any news of whether he's playing?
No, I haven't really heard many news. I reckon they'll probably rest him though and then play him next week. So I reckon Man United will win 2-0.
Okay. I'm predicting that this could be another one of those ones that's an upset coming back from an international break. So we'll see what happens with that one. But I can't nail my colours to the wall for Man United at this stage. Next game, Chelsea-Aston Villa.
Chelsea.
Chelsea? Yeah, I think Chelsea.
Chelsea 2-0.
Leeds versus Liverpool.
I reckon, I mean, it sounds obvious, but it could be like a draw kind of game, but I think Liverpool will probably win like 1-0.
Well, I'm predicting goals are plenty here. Leeds are at home, and this clash traditionally, there's a lot of goals. So I think that's, if you're a neutral and you want an entertaining game, watch Leeds versus Liverpool this weekend.
All right.
And the last one we'll chat about, the match, what I think is the match of the round, Leicester versus Manchester City. Leicester at home.
Is that like a derby game?
Not a derby, but they're a couple of teams at the top of the league. So
I think Man City will win. I reckon, yeah, they'll win. Their attacking defense is too strong.
Okay. Leicester at home. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a sneaky 1-0 victory or a 1-1 draw in this one. So we'll see how I go.
For Leicester or Man City?
Yeah, Leicester, yeah. Okay, so that's the Premier League. So moving on, we've got the AFL. They're in their grand final qualifier games, I think, this weekend. There's 2 games. So we've got Geelong versus Port Adelaide.
I reckon Geelong, they had a good win against GWS, but GWS aren't that good and Swans should have 100% beat them. But I reckon Geelong will win and, go to the grand final.
I'll go for Port Adelaide, just purely on their performances and results over the season. And the other final we've got is Melbourne versus the Western Bulldogs.
I got Melbourne here. They were top of the ladder all year, and Melbourne, they're good now. So I reckon Melbourne. Yeah,
I'll go with Melbourne as well. I think they'll be too good. Next big piece of sport, a sporting event at the moment is the US Open. So we're up to the semi-finals at the moment. We have in the semi-finals we've got Novak Djokovic versus Alexander Zverev. What's your prediction on who will win that? Djokovic, yeah, I'll go with a joker on that. And then we have in the other semi, we've got Daniil Medvedev versus Felix Auger-Aliassime. That may not be how you pronounce it, but I'm not French, so what can you do? So what's your prediction for that one?
I think Medvedev, I don't know how to say his name. These people have some weird name. But yeah, the guy I said will win. Okay. Medvedev.
Well, Medvedev's ranked 2, so on paper he should win, but he usually disappoints you and loses when you're expecting to win. So don't be surprised. I'll go with Felix. I think I'll just call him Felix. So Felix to win and the Joker to win in the final. And in the final, who'll come out on top?
The Joker.
The Joker? Predicting the Joker for the title? Yeah, I'll go with the Joker.
He's good.
For the title too. Okay, great. No worries. Now we've got the women's semi-finals as well. First semi-final, we've got Raducanu up against Sakkari. Raducanu isn't ranked. So she's a fairly low-ranked tennis player, and Sakkari is, she's not seeded, and Sakkari is the 17th seed. What's your prediction on a win there?
I got Sakkari winning.
I'll go with Sakkari too. And then in the other semi, we've got Fernandez versus Sabalenka. Fernandez is also unseeded. Sabalenka is the 2nd seed.
Sabalenka will win.
Highest ranked seed left in the tournament. I think it's all opened up for her with Ash Barty getting knocked out. So it's her Grand Slam to lose. Well, let's see if she's good enough. So I'll go with Sabalenka to win the semi, and I'll go with Sabalenka to take out the title as well.
Same here.
We're in agreement on that one. Okay, excellent. Okay, and quick wrap up. We had the 3rd and final Bledisloe Cup test in Perth. Wallabies versus the All Blacks. All Blacks had a player sent off, and we still got flogged.
All Blacks, no, not All Blacks. Wallabies. I don't know why this happens every year, but they never beat like the All Blacks, and it's just crap to watch because you know what's going to happen. Like you're just going to see the Wallabies try for the first bit, and then the All Blacks just kill them. It's a bit hard.
Yeah, so another loss, another Bledisloe Cup defeat, and I don't think there's much hope for that turning around quickly. It could be another few more years of misery for rugby fans.
Same here.
And lastly, so stick with us. We're almost there. NBA pre-season.
Yep.
Tell us what's been happening in the world of NBA this week.
Barely anything. Nothing around Ben Simmons. I think there's been one signing of a guy named DeAndre Jordan. He's old and it doesn't really matter, but he's gone to the Lakers. And the Lakers are trying to buy out Marc Gasol, and that's really it.
Seeing Ben Simmons is refusing to train.
Oh yeah, you're a scum for that. You little scum.
So he's looking to get out of his contract and go to somewhere else. And you're predicting it's going to be the Golden State Warriors. Is that right?
Yeah, I reckon it'll be Minnesota now.
Minnesota, okay. Yeah, a couple of teams that aren't up the top, so it'd be interesting going from a.
It's his fault. It's his fault. He never wanted to get better. He always do little jump shot practices during preseason, but he doesn't shoot, and it's his fault. He's not getting better. So, and we don't want him anymore. So, and he doesn't want to be here. So it's his fault. Not the 76ers CEO, whatever head boss, whatever thingamajig, GM's problem. It's his problem. It's his fault. You made it bad, and you made the whole situation worse. You muppet.
Okay. Ooh, thanks for that passionate summary, Stats Man.
I used to like him, but now I don't. For that, he cost us a chance to the what's it called again? Oh, I had a memory blank. The week before the NBA finals, conference finals. There we go, conference finals, Eastern Conference finals. Cost us the chance from not doing a layup. Instead, he just does a little pass because he's too scared to shoot. And then we send a guy who can't shoot free throws to the foul line, and then it's just crap.
Okay, cool.
Not good.
Thanks again. So, well, that's just about it. Lastly, for all our viewers out there, do yourselves a favour if you've got KO or Foxtel. Bolton versus Burton. It's there. It's there to watch. You can watch the replays. It's the greatest football team in the world.
Oh God!
But playing, you'll never regret it. Get behind Bolton Wanderers, the Super Whites. Come on, you Whites! Ride them home. They're in League One at the moment, and they're on the way up. So
I don't even know who they are. So don't watch.
Like I said, do yourself a favour. Get the KO up and watch Bolton play, and your life will never be the same again. So thanks again. Have a great week. Thanks, Statsman.
Thank you.
It's been great to chat sport again with you.
Mm-hmm.
And don't forget, what do people need to do?
Like and subscribe, please.
Yeah. yeah, we want to get those numbers up. So thanks for everyone that's been watching the last few weeks, and yeah, give us a like, give us a subscribe, and we can get this message out to more stoppers around the world.
Thank you.
Thanks. Have a good week.
Bye for now.
Bye.